So hello everyone. Today we'll be looking at reverse linked list, which is a pretty easy question, and it's a pretty simple way to execute it as well, with a good time complexity as well, right? So just to understand what we need to do is we just need to return a head which should point something like this. If the original linked list is 1 2 3 4 5, then the returned linked list which we will return, that should be pointing with each other in a way like 5 4 3 2 1. Straight, simple, easy, right? So this is kind of a thing which is present, and what we need is it should be something like this. Simple enough, which means in terms of logically what we need to do, which means one should point to something as nil, right? And the then currently 1 is pointing at 2, so it should not point to 2, rather 2 should point to 1. Similarly 3 should point to 2, and similarly 4 should point to 3, and this should not be anything, and this should be our head, right? This should be our head. So this will help, like this is the thing which is being done here as well. So pretty easy and simple thing, right? So how can we achieve it, right? Or rather let's just keep it, right? Rather let's just keep it. Why so? So okay, so how will we do it, right? How will we do it? Firstly we need two nodes, right? So first we can see that whatever thing the first node, right, the first node should be, so there should be something in the front. Let me take the front as f as of now, and let me just assign it to nil, right? And let me just assign it to nil. Nice. So this place will be this place will have front, this place will be f, this place will be f. So this will be our current node, right? This will be our current node. Current node will be defined as c, and we need to even take a track of the next node. Why? Because if we just change the next node of 1, then we will lose it, right? If we just take the next node from 2 to nil, then we'll just lose the 2, the position of the 2, right? So we need to store it somewhere so that we can keep track of the next node as well. So this can be upcoming, right? This can be upcoming. So we'll have one more node, and that will be named as like for our understanding as of now, it will be up, right? Right, straight, simple and easy enough. So how the things will go from here and on, right? So what we need to do first and foremost, that if we need to change the thing, right? Change the thing, I mean to say change the position, rather the pointing of the first node to nil. What we can simply write is c dot next, right? It can be, please pardon my English, c dot next is equals to front, right? Then that is the thing which we want. So if we write this particular line, then it will mean that 1 is currently pointing as at nil, which we want, right? Nice. But there is an issue. The issue is, if 1 is pointing to this f, then we lost 2, right? So just before that, before like we do this particular line, we will have to write upcoming, which means I'm storing this particular the next one. And what I need here is, we will just copy this particular thing, this whatever the variable is present in the next one, right? We'll just take it. I need to better copy this, and I just can paste it, which means c dot next will be stored in the upcoming variable. C dot next will have the variable which we want to point, and what next, right? So once this is done, I have stored it, I have pointed it to the front variable, then I need to move all these things. Now I need the same operation for 2, for my guy 2. So what I need to do here is, so I can just simply write as front front can be 1 right now, as nil operation of the nil is done. So front can be 1 right now, which means that front can be current now, right? The current variable. And so front is current right now, current can be 2, right? And current can be our upcoming variable, which is 2. And similarly, when the loop runs again, the up, right, the up will move on to the next variable, to the 3, as per this statement, as per this particular statement. So let's do one thing, let's do some dry run kind of thing, right? To just make it look little good, let me just remove this thing so that it should give me a good view, right? And man, I feel like I'm suck at this in terms of drawing, at least I am really sucking at it. Let me just, okay, so this is particular code for mine, and let's do a bit of a dry run. Let's do a little bit of a dry run, right? Let me take white for now. Okay, so f is currently nil. F is currently nil. Upcoming is currently nothing, and current is currently our head, which means it is currently 1. Fantastic. So let's move on to the code. Okay. Yeah, also, like, we need to just iterate through our loop, which means if I just loop it out, right? So let me just loop it, and the condition for the loop is our current, right? Our current should not be equal to null, which is nil, right? Our current should not be equal to nil. Let the line be like this only. Anyways, fine. So let's now move on. So we will create 2 variables. Current will basically be the head of the linked list, so that's fine. So front, right? So let's move on to the loop. So current is currently 1, so it is not nil, it can get into the this thing, this loop, right? So up is currently c dot next 1 dot next is 2, which means up is currently 2. Nice. C dot next is equals to f. C dot next is equals to f, which means f is currently nil, so it will start pointing to nil, rather f, right? So this is also done, and this is also done, this is also done. The next f is equals to c. So f is equals to c, which means f is currently 1. F needs to be currently 1, and c is equals to up, which is 2, right? So c is currently 2, right? We'll just again the loops end, then we'll again go to the loop, which means current is not equal to nil. Current is currently 2, so it is not nil. Okay, in terms of this, right? So this is currently f, this is currently c, right? And okay, we did not have the up operation as of now, right? So we'll get into the loop. C is currently 2, c is currently 2. Then up is equals to next, which means up is equals to now the current is 2, right? So now is current is 2, current dot next is 3. So we'll have our up here, है ना, our up here. So our up will be currently 3. Then c dot next is equals to f. then current is our 2. So c dot next is equals to f, so its next is 1, so 2 will be pointing towards 1, right? Fine. So so 2 is pointing to 1 right now, so f is equals to current, which is c. So f needs to be equals to current. Where is f? And our current is currently 2, so f will be equal to 2, right? C is equals to up, c is equals to up, which is f is currently 3, so z will be 3, which means so now this is f, and this is c. Great. So now again we'll go into the loop and check for the c, right? So c is currently 3, which is not null, right? So our up is equals to c dot next, so our up will be equals to c dot next, which is 4. So our up will be right now 4, which means it is 4. Great. C dot next is equals to up, so c dot next is equals to c dot next is equals to f. C dot next is equals to f, which is backwards, which means 3 will be pointing towards 2. Great. F is equals to current, right? F will be equals to current, which means f is equals to current means f is equals to 3, right? F will be equals to 3, right? And this is gone, and c will be equals to up, c will be equals to 4, and 4 is currently, sorry, up is equals to 4, so c will be currently 4, which is c. Great. Next we'll get into the loop. Current is equals to 4, so it is not nil. Great, we can get inside the loop again. Then up is equals to c dot next, right? Up is equals to c dot next, which is currently pointing towards nil, so up is equals to nil, right? Is nil right now, right? Up is equals to nil. Great. Then c dot next is equals to up, c dot next is equals to f, which is currently 3, so which means it is pointing towards this particular place right now. Great. Then f is equals to c, which is current, right? F is equals to c, which is 4, so it will change. C is equals to up, right? C is equals to nil, so c will be currently pointing towards nil, right? Which means, so now this is current, and this is font, right? Then we'll again go to the loop. Now c is equals to nil, right? So c cannot be, so this loops cannot execute, right? And then we can just return our front, as front is having the last value, right? So return font, and that should actually be give me the real value. So let's just code this particular thing, right? Let's just code this particular thing. I know that this mess, I guess you could not understand that code, but let's just code it so you'll understand. Right, so I have head here, so let me just create two variables, that is front, right? Front will be list node is equals to nil, and then I'll have upcoming will be equals to list node, right? Great. Now we'll have to have a loop which is head, let's just take it as head itself, but I think head will give us some error, right? So just for the sake, right, just for the sake, let me just keep it as current, so it will not give me a lot of issues, honestly. Just let me keep it as head current is not equal to nil, right? Upcoming, okay, so let me just write it in this way. First, what I need to do is, first what I need to do is I need to do the operation for this particular thing, right? This particular one needs to point to nil, which means our current, right? Our current dot next needs to point to front. So this particular operation is done, right? This particular operation is done, but we will lose our next node, which means we'll lose our 2. So we need to store our upcoming value. Upcoming is equals to current dot next. Will store it. Fantastic. So once the storing thing is done, now I just need to move my pointers, right? I just need to move it. So front will be equal to current to move it to 1, right? Front will be equal to current, right? And then our current will be equal to up, rather upcoming. Our current will be equal to up, our upcoming variable, right? And the loop should so it moved in this particular position, so again it can point to this particular place, and then it can move again to the 3. The same operation will happen again, then again and again, and when it will return me front. If I just return the front, then I'll get the value. So yeah, this code is in Swift, so it should help. Let's just see. Okay, all the operations, all the test cases are fine. Yeah, so this could be more optimized, but do know this, we are just not using a lot of data structures, like a lot of data in it, so the space and time complexity will be big off and as well, right? Right, so okay, so we have a very good percentage. It takes a lot of memory though, because of this 90 memory, so that is something which we need to take care of in the last video. But yeah, this is a very straight, plain, simple, and kind of very raw coding. So with that, thank you.